agreement where Mayfair has picked up a controlling interest in Lookout. Doris Gerke, I forget the middle part of that, and Larry Rosnai are the two managing directors. Hanno will still remain involved as much as he can be, as always. And going forward, we're starting out by distributing Caverna, Bremerhaven, and Carnickel of the English language or the international edition. And then going forward, we will be doing the English language versions of Lookout games as they become available. So the rest of the stuff we still have to sort out as time goes on. So other than that, welcome to the new world, I guess, on how these things work. Partnerships between American and German companies have been rare. And this one's going to be pretty special, we think. So, oh, it's going to be fun.
So the new name will be Mayfair.
Nope. Lookout will remain Lookout. Mayfair will remain Mayfair. That will stay the same. Lookout will still publish games in German, of course, and everything else. All the other language licenses other than English will stay with whoever they are or whoever negotiates with us to do other licenses. Mayfair will continue to do what Mayfair's always done, which is wander around bumping into things, but we'll eventually figure it out. But again, we're so pleased to make this announcement. We're all very excited about this thing, and since we just signed the papers on Monday, like I said, we haven't quite figured everything out yet. So other than that, questions, answers?
Well, you mentioned as Lookout games become available, that is in the future, and also
develop new games.
And as for past lines as well.
The thing is, as other licenses become available in English, we will more than likely take them over. I mean, that becomes the obvious thing because that's what Mayfair does. You know, I mean, well, obviously. So, anything else?
So Lookout is still going to have its own look and feel for everything, and then
there is absolutely no intention, if I need to repeat that, there is absolutely no intention of Mayfair coming in and making Lookout into another Mayfair. More likely than not, Mayfair will become a little bit more hip and be more like Lookout.
I wonder about that. I just suggest, yes, bring see Clemens, François, bring Clemens in. I'd love to see more Clemens on Mayfair stuff.
Well, why not? He's ready to go. You ready to come? Ready to go to work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I have to start on Monday after the fair. There's enough to do.
There's plenty of work to do, but no, seriously. We didn't buy this as a typical American corporate takeover. Okay, that's not our purpose here. That's not our idea here. Okay, we came to this agreement because it was the right thing for both companies. Okay, we have resources that Lookout does not, and frankly, Lookout has one heck of a development team, which is just doing some wonderful things, and they know how to get the buzz on their games, and they've got Uwe, who is a fantastic designer and everything. We're really looking forward to that partnership. And then, of course, Mr. Clemens here, you know, doing all the wonderful things he does. You know, their staff and our staff are going to be getting together and doing some stuff together, and it's just going to be a blast. We expect it to be just all sorts of fun. So, what else you got?
So the 3 games right now are due out in November in the US?
3 games, yes. Obviously, they're all here at the fair. I believe Bremerhaven is already all spoken for, so if you didn't pre-order, you're out of luck. Caverna will be here in force on Friday. Pre-orders will be able to be picked up tomorrow for the first 91 happy people, because we stole one. The rest of them will be available on Friday. And then as soon as the fair is over and everybody finishes making all the games, we'll pack it all up on a container and ship it over to the States, and it'll be available hopefully before Thanksgiving. But needless to say, as soon as they arrive in the States, we'll start shipping them out immediately, certainly by Christmas. And then we're going to get together and talk about doing a partner run with all the other partners, and then Mayfair doing these games straight up in English into probably first quarter of next year or somewhere around then. We haven't quite figured that out yet. You know, Hanno and I were together 3 weeks ago when we came to the final deal. 2 days ago when we signed the final papers. And beyond that, we really haven't figured the rest of this out.
Is anything going the other direction? In terms of German editions?
Some talk of a few games. We haven't quite gotten that far. One is pretty obvious. We're thinking perhaps family business because, again, Lookout's got a reputation also for doing great card games. Family business is a great card game, and Hanno and I have briefly talked about that. But as time goes forward, we'll probably be doing some back and forth as well. You know, now we have 2 entities that can pick up great designs and work together on them right from the get-go. And there'll be certainly a whole bunch of back and forth. And again, as this is a very new thing, I don't think anybody's actually attempted something like this before. We're just going to have to figure it all out because there's no other model to follow. So that's where that's at. What else you got in your head?
I just got lots of sandwiches by
Well,
me, but
yes,
I don't think
by
anyone
all
wants to hear me
means,
talk about
everybody
the
have
sandwich.
something to eat, have something to drink. Are there any other questions from anybody else? Don't let me think that we left. Yes, what?
We have a chance that you make the empire building in German. There are so many who want it and don't like the English rules.
Well, you know, there's always a possibility of these things. Again, we're just getting started here, okay? We now have a German publishing house and an American publishing house. If we don't do these kinds of cooperative things, then why bother even starting this in the first place? So that's ultimately the greater plan. Everything else, of course, will remain the same. We'll still continue to make and sell Catan in the United States in English, and everything else that we have. Our other partnerships are not changing because of this, or at least I hope not, as time goes on, but they're just finding out today as well. We were able to keep this quiet until today, and so this has been a big secret and a big thing, and we've all been sitting there wanting to talk to everybody about it and tell everybody about it, and so today we finally can. Anybody else? Yes.
You're listed in the manual as GmbH and as the ink version.
Oh, just, yeah, okay. For those who don't know, there is also a Mayfair GmbH, in addition to Mayfair Inc. from the United States. So now there's 3 companies involved, 2 of which are in Germany and 1 of which is in the United States. Mayfair GmbH is actually a distribution arm for English language product into Europe for Mayfair Inc. Okay. Well, Mayfair GmbH will also be distributing English language Lookout product basically to Eastern Europe and other parts where Lookout isn't covered otherwise in German. So as much as Mayfair GmbH is distributing, Mayfair English language product, it will also be distributing Lookout English language product as more product becomes available and so on. You know, so they'll even be selling these games that we have here as well to various and sundry customers that Mayfair GmbH has outside of Germany. We did it GmbH though because we know Germany and we have a good place to do our shipping for us. So that's how this all works together. So now Mayfair is in the States. We own a controlling interest in Mayfair GmbH, and we own a controlling interest in Lookout Games. So, anybody else? Somebody asked Doris a question. She's sort of sitting here wanting to say something. Do we have a question? Yes. Mini meeples into Pompeii.
It's so much fun to throw them in the
Oh, M&Ms is even more fun. Instead of throwing them in the volcano, you eat them.
And if you can't have chocolate, Skittles work.
If you can't have chocolate, Skittles work, yes.
Tiebreaker if you're eating the M&Ms.
Who cares?
You ate M&Ms and
You ate M&Ms and they played a game. Who cares about a tiebreaker?
Oh, I don't know. I get Skittles in America.
What else do we got? Anything?
Well, I know we got the question in general about the discount policy for Mayfair in the stores.
Absolutely. You know the answer to that before you ask it.
I know the answer, but I know.
But just so it's absolutely positively clear, if Mayfair brings a game into the United States, all the rules apply. Okay, and so far, again, nobody's had a chance to react to this. I'm sure there'll be a great uproar, but it is what it is. We like our local game stores. We want to keep them in business. So all of those policies will apply going forward on all the games that we're bringing over. So sorry for you guys that want the big discount, but you know how we are. That part will not change. And I'll be happy to come over and talk to you guys here in a little bit. Anybody else got something? No? No? Well, then please, make all this food go away. Have lunch. Thank you so much for coming. Spread the rumors, spread the real stuff, and if you got any other questions later, we might answer them. Spread the rumors, by all means, spread the rumors. Clemens is moving to the United States. Yes. You know,
Leaving your family.
leaving your
4
family,
kids.
that's it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming. Please, I need this food to go away. Everybody have lunch.